Hey, what's up guys? How are we doing? I'm a little late on the video this week. I was supposed to work with Kenny Watson, my boy, the legend himself. He wasn't feeling too hot. We couldn't really meet up on Sunday. So we tried a little bit later, but I figured, fuck it. You know what? Hey, here comes another monologue. Starting off, guys, big news. They announced it on the show. Eli Tomac is staying with Star, which we kind of all figured. And it'd be stupid to go anywhere else with the success they've had. So, yeah, no-brainer of the year. Dylan Ferrandis is also re-signed with Star. He'll be there too. Adam Cincerillo, everyone's wondering, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? I have it on good authority. He has re-signed with Kawasaki with a significant pay cut. Where else is he going to go? I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Christian Craig, Rockstar Husky, we kind of all know that one. J-Mart just came out and said he's going Club MX, but on a 250. That's a strange one. But when you're hurt and you can't seem to, yeah, I love that Club MX team. So I'll just say I like to see where it goes. Joey Savacci to the Kawasaki team for the summer. I don't know where it goes after that. Webb, Supercross only. So that's some of the guys that I know that have signed so far. Obviously, there's a bunch more. We're still wondering about Marvin. Yeah, so Ken Roxon, Dean Wilson, which I think it's just going to retire. Joey Savacci, Max Anstey, Savacci for next year. Who else? McElrath, Justin Cooper. I think he's going to stay on Star and just do a 450. And Colt Nichols. Don't know where he's going to go. So we'll have to see. Let's talk about the World Supercross is what they were calling this. My God, Feld, you're so dumb. So dumb. So why would they call Salt Lake City, the AMA National Series, a World Supercross Final? It's not a World Supercross Final. That shows how scared they are of this new series, the series that actually shows some real potential to grow and to build teams and do it in the right way. So yeah, that was very transparent and very stupid of Feld to do that. Because then guys like me will talk about it and go, well, hey, Feld, that's actually not the World Finals. The World is the one going on in the fall. So they had a race on Friday before Salt Lake. It was a Pulp MX Privateer Challenge. And I'm really torn on this. Half of me is like, wow, what a badass race. This is awesome. $100,000 for 6 minutes for all these guys that really need it. And then half of me goes, well, shit. If Pulp MX can race $100 grand for a 6-minute race, what the hell is Supercross doing? And Outdoor Nationals for money, like Outdoor Nationals, each round pays $70,000 between 80 riders. This was $100,000 between 22 riders. It makes no sense. But yet, Davey Coombs says there's no money in outdoor motocross. Bullshit, there's not. There's absolutely plenty of money, and that purse should definitely be increased. And I'm not talking about a specific dollar amount. You need a percentage of the uptick, the tickets. There needs to be a split, and that's all. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for anything unrealistic. If there's no money, then they race for no money. If there's a lot of money, they race for a lot of money. It's a split, people. A split. Let's see. What else we got here? Stank Dog. Well, as much as I was excited about seeing all these privateers, Morans, Brees, Chisholm, all these guys who deserve every penny they get from this Pulp MX race, how petty was it that Steve Mathis, who, well, I guess I shouldn't be that upset because he acts just like the guy who's his actual boss, Davey Coombs, when they do this whole like dictator thing, like, oh, you said the wrong thing. So even though you're in the top 20 the way they're doing the points to qualify, Stank Dog won't race my race. Are you fucking serious? Like, come on, Steve, you're a douche. You just should be happy that they even let you do this. And it's pretty cool. And you go ahead and taint it by being a dickhead. It's no wonder he said to tell you to fuck off. So, yeah, Stank Dog, we love you. Sucks you didn't get to be a part of the privateer race because you're a true privateer on a 2-stroke. But, hey, if anything, what you said about Steve, he just proved you right. It is what it is. Okay. Tomac did not ride the finals. Just wanted to heal up. I don't blame him. I mean, he already wrapped up the title. What else do you want from the guy? Yeah, he probably could have toughed it out, but there's only 2 weeks in between outdoors and, Supercross. And even though there's no purse money for outdoor nationals, Tomac's got some fat bonuses from Yamaha. And he wants to go win those. And he wants to win the outdoor title and really cement himself as the guy in 2022. Even though Jason Anderson, damn, he looks good. He really came alive towards the end of the season. No coincidence that it happened to be when Eli got hurt. But he was pressuring him before that. And had I stand by, that move that Malcolm did at Daytona cost Malcolm big time. It cost Anderson big time. Did Anderson have it coming? Probably. Yeah. I mean, you can't ride like that and not expect some retaliation. Was it the proper time for the retaliation? Not even close. And that was my issue with it. My issue wasn't with Malcolm taking him down. My issue was the timing. That's the first race where Malcolm was the fastest guy in his heat. He was going to win the race. I fully believe 100%. If he didn't do that, he would have won the race. And then, but yeah, he looks good. Sexton, he got second at Salt Lake. Looked really good. I mean, he rode smart. Looks like he's going to go into outdoors somewhat healthy. I don't know how that bike's going to do outdoors. It's kind of weird. He's on Team Honda with Ken Roczen, and Roczen claims he's been testing and riding, and he's going to come outdoors. I'll tell you what, guys. The relationship between Roczen and Honda, last I checked, was not good. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to go. So grab some popcorn, sit back, and watch that. While they're all saying the right things publicly, behind the scenes, I know there's definitely some hurt feelings. Justin Barcia, 3rd place at Salt Lake. So no matter how you feel about Justin Barcia's move, you have to love that he embraced it on the podium. That's what he should have been doing this whole time. And I heard some of the other podcasts talking about if you do that, then we'll penalize you every time. And come on, that was the best thing to happen to that finale. And that move, while I do believe it was slightly over the line, it wasn't horrible. Malcolm went down, he didn't. But I'm telling you, Malcolm has a real issue with this. Watch Malcolm going into that turn. He looks over. He knows who's on the inside. He knows this guy, his reputation, the way he rides. It's the last race of the year. Yet he still carves the inside. Now, I'm not trying to victim blame here because, I mean, he did get taken down. But if that's Tomac, if that's Webb, if that's any of these guys who are kind of the thinkers out there, they recognize the situation and they're able to look and say, oh, Barcia, and they don't tuck it in. And they go outside or check up and get him, because Malcolm was way faster. All he had to do was check up, let Barcia go on the inside of him, and then just blow by him in the whoops or blow by him somewhere else. Like, he could have got it done. And it was just poor racecraft by Malcolm. Yes, he got taken out. And yes, you can go back and say, oh, well, he hit him. He almost went backwards on the track. Yes, I didn't like the move, but I didn't hate it. And I love that he owned it. That's who I am. That's who I've always been. I feel like he should have just told the crowd, hey, you don't like it? You're not racing. You have to deal with that savage? Fuck y'all. That's what I wanted him to do. He's not going to do that, but that was the first step. And honestly, I heard a lot of people have a lot more respect for him. Just own it. Steer into it, people. It makes the show. Then you go back to the AMA truck and you say, dude, I just did that for the people. I didn't really mean it. But you got to lie to two people. If you got to lie to somebody, lie to the AMA guy. Don't lie to the fans. Just, that's who you are. You're Bam Bam. We all know it. We all seen it. I mean, how many people has he taken out? He's racing for money. He's racing at the highest level. They're constantly flirting with that line between dirty and clean and aggressive. And yes, we have some guys who are consistently going over that line, but the other riders know who they are. And it costs them. Look at Anderson. It probably cost him this title, or a legitimate shot at this title, because he had done some stuff and Malcolm paid him back. Was it the right time? No, but it definitely cost him a lot. I mean, 7 wins in 1 year. So I'm all for it. But the point deduction, are you kidding me? So he's lose 3 points, 10 points. Like, AMA, stay the fuck out of the racing. If you want to disqualify a guy, disqualify a guy. This whole, oh, you did this, 10 points here, 3 points here. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. Don't do it. Pisses me off. And this wasn't a 10-point penalty. This is a cumulative penalty, and I don't like that. I just don't think you can let these guys race like that. And if you're the AMA, do you look at Malcolm and realize he's the guy that keeps getting taken out by different people, not just one person, different people, because of his lack of awareness of what's around him. And when he goes to get hit, he tries to lean in on him. Luckily, Barcia surprised him and he wasn't able to lean in and take them both down. It's not smart racing, it's ego racing. And I think Malcolm, God, I don't know that he'll ever fix that. I hope he does, because I wanted him to win so bad this year. And yes, while third place in the standings is a successful season, if you asked him going into the series, Malcolm himself, I would be willing to bet you going into the series, if you said, I'm going to get third in points, a few podiums, but you're not going to get a win, he'd probably say it was a disappointment. Truth, that's just all it is. You guys really come at me when I said it was a failure. It's not necessarily a failure. It's a failure in the sense of his expectations. So, yeah, it is what it is. Marvin Muskin raced Cooper Webb hard. They ride each other clean because they're teammates. They got a little bit rough, but Webb was kind of being a bit of a bully, and Marvin was trying to be nice and finally got fed up and just pushed him off. But can somebody please give Marvin a contract for some serious money for next year? Oh, and KTM, you get the Dunce Award. You guys are idiots. Are you serious? You guys are searching for somebody outdoors, somebody who's fast, somebody who can win, somebody who can, save face for this new bike that everyone seems to hate. But yet, you go out and hire Dungey, which that's cool. I love it. I'm so happy. I wish they would have brought Dungey back sooner. A couple of years ago when he said he wanted to come back, I wish he would have come back. And then you get Crowley, and you're getting these guys, and you're just searching to try and find somebody to make this bike look good. Well, you got a guy, you morons. Marvin Muskin. He won a race. Chances are he's probably not going to win the outdoor title, but he's going to be podiums. He's going to get a couple wins, maybe moto wins, maybe overall wins, and make your bike look good. But no, nobody signs him. KTM, get it together. Come on. Yeah, I'm very disappointed. And then the way they're handling Max Vohland, that situation, borderline disgusting to me. I hope that they let Max out of his contract and he can go somewhere else. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't have any inside info on that. But the way that they were going to bring him up slow, and yes, he's had some injuries, and yes, he had a couple poor performances, but a lot of that has to do with being rushed back because he's the only 250 guy. You need another 250 guy on that team. That's too much pressure for a rookie or a young kid like that. I mean, there's people who can handle it and some people who can't. The way KTM does it, they bring in a talent, boom. That talent either, it's like they just throw them in. And if they swim, they swim. And if they sink, they sink. There's no teaching whatsoever. Roger DeCoster does not teach. He just, do you have it or don't? That's it. And then he takes credit whenever they do. And he just keeps throwing guys in the pool until there's a stack of drowned guys and there's one or two champions. That's what they do. Meanwhile, I believe they should teach them, get them in there, and create good pros. Because Max Vohland's talented. There's no doubt about that. He has not lost that talent. That talent's still there. So I would just as soon, I hope they hire somebody else to go along with him to relieve the pressure and have somebody to ride with. And just more, if you have a one-rider team, that's a lot of pressure on one person. And you're carrying the torch for all the 250 KTMs, like that's rough. That's a lot to ask of one kid. So yeah, I hope they bring on another guy or let him go and let him sign somewhere else where he can get a second to breathe, not necessarily be the focus, and develop this talent that he absolutely has and it has not gone anywhere. Okay, digress. Back to 450s from Salt Lake. Cooper Webb, yeah, rode hard. I mean, you can't say he didn't bust his ass, even though he's had a horrible season. I mean, he's tough as nails and he fought for everything, and he just doesn't have the speed this year. Hopefully he can get it together for next year. He's back with KTM, so Supercross only. And then my boy, Ryan Brees, 10th. I love it. This guy's tough as nails, just keeps fighting. Anyone out there doing a World Supercross team, you're a moron if you don't sign Ryan Brees. He's a guy that's going to be battling and he'll take that series seriously. And what you saw this year was what he was building off of. And he was hurt those first few rounds and he's not a whiner. He's not going to tell everybody about his broken foot that he just rode through or COVID that he rode through. I mean, he's just a badass. So if you have a world team out there, sign Ryan Brees. Oh, also Starling got 9th. Starling, I like Starling. His style is really good. I'm surprised he's not even higher. I mean, if you looked at him, if Honda needs a guy to look like Chase Sexton, and if Chase is hurt and they need to do a photo shoot, put Justin Starling in his gear, and in our short clips, we won't know the difference. That's how good he looks on the bike. 250s. This was fun to watch. This was it. Christian Craig, you say what you want about how he rode. He did exactly what he needed to do. He won the championship. It has been not a monkey, a gorilla, an 800-pound gorilla on his back. This has probably kept him up at night. I believe now that he's won this, he's going to do a lot better. And it was eating at him. You could see it. This is multiple years in a row, and he's been around there, and they're talking about 30-year-old. Listen, 30 years old is not that old unless you've had a lot of injuries. Your physical prime and mental prime, they have to all come together at the same time. Physical prime is probably pretty early, probably like 23, 24, but your mental prime is probably 35. So somewhere in there, you hit this nice formula. And some guys can go a little bit longer, 38, 40. And I don't know, and I love that the manufacturers are starting to see this. And I love that Christian got a ride, and he'll be 31 next year. And great, he's a rookie, 31. You can get 4 or 5 good years out of him easily. You know, as long as he doesn't have injuries. Injuries do play an effect to a little bit older guy, and that is something to watch. But there's no reason to rush these kids into these things. Let them ride 250s till they're 25, 26, and then move into the 450. You know, maybe not 30. That's a little late, but yeah. But I like the way that they're looking at that. Nate Thrasher, literally modern day Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last. I've never seen anybody. He's never had a podium that wasn't first place. Look at his results. Just go back, go to his results, and just look. They're horrible, and then they win. Horrible. If you ain't first, you're last. Ricky Bobby, Nate Thrasher, same guy. Hunter fought hard. In reality, there wasn't a lot. He wasn't gonna win this title unless something catastrophic happened to Craig. I can't even see that Hunter would really want it that way. If Craig could have lost some extra points in Colorado and made it close, maybe he would have, you know, then he could have got Jet in there and actually done something. But Jet hurt himself. He made another mistake in practice, tweaked his ankle. I'm told he'll be good for outdoors, but it's something to keep an eye on. Will he come into outdoors completely ready? I don't know. He's young, so he should heal fast. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Sorry I didn't get this out a little bit earlier. Kenny wasn't feeling good. We weren't able to hook up on Sunday. And then, yeah, we've just been busy. So, hey, another monologue. And then look forward to, we're doing a couple preview two preview shows with Johnny Hopper, myself, and Coach Rob. We'll be doing those. Part 1 will be on Johnny's channel, and Part 2 will be on my channel. We're going to film that sometime next week and get that out to you guys. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So, thank you guys. I appreciate everything. Have a good week.